YouTube, what's really going on. You know, it's not officially summer until you hear Will Smith's song "Summertime," but you know it's close enough. It's Memorial Day weekend, and just enjoying myself with my family. Just celebrated my birthday, so it was a wonderful time. But today's video, what we're going to talk about is music, specifically music that I grew up listening to from the 80s. And I remember, because of where I lived at, there was not a whole lot of black stations around in that particular time in the 80s. And R&B and rap, which was just emerging out of the North, you know, the New York culture was rap, was new back then. So we was here a little bit on the radio, but there was not actually a dedicated like station that played just all black music. There were stations that played pop music, which played like a mixture of black music in between like other music. So I grew up listening to music in that kind of atmosphere, and because of that, I developed a love for the other music as well. Some of the 80s bands that you don't hear from anymore, like Duran Duran, Simply Red, Genesis, so many more that I really can't think of right now. But when I hear these songs, they're called oldies, you know. But when I hear these songs on the radio, they instantly are nostalgic to me. They bring back memories of my youth, my teenage years, growing up in the 80s. And because of this, in the early 80s, because where I lived at in Greenville, South Carolina, there was not a dedicated FM all black station. You know, we had to listen to, you know, the top 40. So I guess it was around, well, there was an AM station. I'll put it like this. There was an AM station. That's when I first got exposed to listen to rap and R&B. It was through this AM station. But of course, AM is not very good for music. It's more like for talk. It's great for talk radio, but not really much for music. And I remember it was certain times of the day where the reception would be, you know, decent, but as the day went on, later in the evening, the reception got really bad, and it would, you know, the signal would fade in and out, and the music was just horrible. And I remember it had to be around 1984, maybe 83, somewhere in that area, somewhere in that general area, where we got our first totally all black station. And I remember it was summertime. I remember, and I had my friend, it was a friend of ours, Ricky. He came to my house. He was all excited. He said, turn on the radio, we got a new station." And I had a little trouble finding it first. And then there was a new FM station I never forget, and it's still around today. It was 107.1 jams, or 107.2 jams, and man, I just locked in that station. And I mean, I remember from there on, I was hooked, and they played a pretty much of a mix of R&B, some hip hop in there, and some, you know, some classic stuff too. So it was, you know, it was just a great breath of fresh air compared to what we had been listening to, which was top 40. But then again, like I said, I still love some of the top 40 music from back then. But to have that station that was dedicated just to R&B and rap, and that was just wonderful. And so in the day, like I said, well, I live in Houston. We have several different varieties of, you know, stations. You got your more younger group that have their station, you know, and then the older people like myself, we have our own station, which was dedicated music to more of our taste. So you have a lot more choices nowadays versus back then. When I was growing up, you basically had, you had your rock and you had your country, and that was pretty much it. Then you had, like I said, a few stations that would play a mix of top 40, and which you might get an artist you like back then. But it was just a wonderful time back then to be exposed to a lot of different music. And like I said, I'm an 80s nut. I love anything from the 80s, especially the music. It's so nostalgic to me when I hear those songs that I grew up listening to as a teenager, as a child, and it just brings back so many good memories. So tell me what your favorite music is. Maybe you had some favorite movies that you had from your past. Let me see your comments below. Always be sure to like my videos and be sure to subscribe to my channel if you already have it. And thank you very much for watching. We'll see you again next time.